Never give your partner a second chance if they did this. Ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey built on relationships, and relationships thrive on trust, respect, and loyalty. They are the foundation of our personal and emotional well-being. But there's one truth we must all face: not every relationship deserves to be salvaged. Sometimes giving someone a second chance can cost us our peace, dignity, and future. Today, I want to talk about 6 critical things that, if done by a partner, must not be ignored. Actions so severe that second chances would only lead to greater pain. Trust is the cornerstone of every meaningful relationship. It is the silent agreement that binds 2 individuals together, offering a sense of safety, security, and reliability. Without trust, a relationship becomes unstable, like a house built on a shaky foundation. When someone lies, cheats, or deceives you, they are not merely breaking a rule, they are fracturing the very essence of your bond. Such betrayal strikes at the heart of the relationship, leaving behind wounds that are difficult, if not impossible, to heal completely. Think about the nature of trust. It isn't something we can see or touch, yet its presence is powerful and transformative. Trust allows us to be vulnerable, to share our dreams, fears, and aspirations with another person. It enables us to invest in a relationship with the belief that the other person values and respects our emotions. When that trust is betrayed, it feels like the ground has been pulled out from under us. The sense of safety we once felt is replaced by doubt, suspicion, and pain. Imagine holding a delicate glass vase in your hands. That vase represents trust. When someone betrays you, it's as if they've taken that vase and dropped it. The shattering is loud and jarring, and as you look at the pieces scattered on the ground, the enormity of the damage becomes clear. Yes, you can try to glue the pieces back together, but no matter how much effort you put in, the cracks will always remain visible. Those cracks are a constant reminder of what was broken, a symbol of the betrayal that once occurred. When trust is shattered, rebuilding it is an uphill battle. It requires consistent effort, honesty, and time, qualities that the betrayer may or may not possess. Even if they genuinely want to repair the damage, the scars of betrayal often linger in the mind of the betrayed. Questions arise: can I trust them again? Will they hurt me again? Am I being foolish for giving them another chance? These doubts erode the foundation of the relationship further, making it incredibly challenging to restore what was lost. Giving someone a second chance after a betrayal of trust is not just about forgiveness, it's about deciding whether the relationship is worth the risk of further pain. It's important to recognize that trust, once lost, is rarely regained in its original form. The betrayed partner may constantly feel the need to verify the other's actions, creating an atmosphere of suspicion. This cycle can breed resentment on both sides, ultimately causing more harm than good. Betrayal also takes a toll on self-esteem and emotional well-being. It can make you question your own judgment and worth. Why did they betray me? Was I not good enough? Could I have done something differently? These thoughts can be paralyzing, preventing you from moving forward in life. By giving a second chance to someone who has already proven capable of betrayal, you risk reinforcing these negative feelings and subjecting yourself to further emotional turmoil. Moreover, the decision to offer a second chance should never be taken lightly. It requires a deep understanding of the other person's motives and actions. Was the betrayal a one-time mistake born out of a moment of weakness, or does it reflect a pattern of behavior? If it's the latter, then the likelihood of repeated betrayal is high. In such cases, holding on to the relationship only prolongs the inevitable and increases the pain. It's also essential to consider the impact of betrayal on the broader dynamics of the relationship. Trust is not a one-way street. If one partner betrays the other, it creates an imbalance of power and control. The betrayed partner may feel the need to constantly monitor the other's actions, while the betrayer may feel stifled by the lack of freedom. This dynamic is neither healthy nor sustainable, leading to further complications down the line. Ultimately, protecting your peace and self-respect should be the priority. Life is too short to spend it with someone who doesn't value the bond of trust you've worked hard to build. Betrayal is a choice, not an accident. By choosing to betray you, your partner has shown you who they truly are or what they are capable of. It's up to you to decide whether that's someone you want to invest your time and energy in. Walking away from someone who has betrayed your trust is not an act of weakness, it's an act of strength. It's a declaration that you value yourself and your emotional well-being above all else. Sometimes the best way to heal is to let go, to move forward with the knowledge that you deserve a relationship built on mutual respect, and trust a relationship where your heart is safe. Mutual respect is the foundation of any healthy, meaningful relationship. It creates a space where both individuals feel valued, heard, and supported. When respect is present, it nurtures a bond that can withstand challenges and grow stronger over time. However, when respect is absent, when one partner consistently belittles, mocks, or disregards the other, it becomes a toxic environment that erodes the very essence of the relationship. Disrespect in a relationship is not always blatant. It can manifest in subtle ways, such as dismissing your opinions, interrupting you constantly, or trivializing your emotions. Over time, these seemingly small actions accumulate, creating a deep wound that can be difficult to heal. When a partner consistently disrespects you, they are sending a clear message your feelings, needs, and boundaries do not matter to them. This kind of behavior is not just hurtful, it's a reflection of their lack of regard for you as an equal partner. Imagine building a house on unstable ground. No matter how much effort you put into the construction, no matter how beautiful the exterior looks, the structure is destined to collapse. A relationship without mutual respect is just like that house. It may appear functional for a while, but it will eventually crumble under the weight of unresolved issues and unmet needs. Disrespect undermines trust and affection, leaving you questioning your worth and the future of the relationship. When a partner belittles you, they are not simply expressing a difference of opinion, they are attacking your sense of self. Whether it's through sarcastic comments, dismissive behavior, or outright insults, such actions chip away at your confidence and self-esteem. Over time, you may begin to doubt your own worth, wondering if you are deserving of better treatment. This emotional toll can be devastating, affecting not only your relationship but also your overall well-being. Disrespect can also take the form of mocking your values or beliefs. Our values are deeply personal, they shape who we are and guide our decisions. When a partner ridicules these values, they are essentially rejecting an integral part of who you are. This kind of behavior creates a rift in the relationship as it becomes clear that they do not truly accept or understand you. Respecting each other's individuality is crucial in a relationship, and without it, the bond becomes superficial and strained. Another form of disrespect is the violation of boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining a sense of autonomy and security in a relationship. They define what is acceptable and what is not, ensuring that both partners feel safe and respected. When a partner repeatedly disregards your boundaries, whether it's by invading your privacy, ignoring your requests, or pressuring you into uncomfortable situations, they are showing a blatant disregard for your feelings and limits. This kind of behavior is not only disrespectful but also a form of control, which can be deeply damaging. Offering a second chance to a partner who consistently disrespects you may seem like an act of kindness or hope, but in reality, it often becomes an act of self-neglect. By tolerating disrespect, you are teaching them that their behavior is acceptable and that you are willing to compromise your own dignity to maintain the relationship. This dynamic only encourages further disrespect, creating a cycle that is difficult to break. It's important to recognize that respect is not something that can be forced or negotiated. It must come from a genuine place of care and consideration. If your partner does not respect you, no amount of effort or forgiveness on your part will change their mindset. Respect is a fundamental requirement for a healthy relationship, and without it, the relationship becomes a source of pain and frustration rather than joy and support. Walking away from a partner who consistently disrespects you is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of strength and self-respect. It's an acknowledgement that you deserve better treatment, better understanding, and a better partnership. Staying in a relationship where you are not valued only prolongs the hurt and prevents you from finding the love and respect you truly deserve. Life is too short to spend it with someone who doesn't see your worth. By choosing to leave a disrespectful relationship, you are choosing yourself, your happiness, your dignity, and your future. You are sending a powerful message that respect is not optional, it is essential. And in doing so, you open the door to relationships that uplift and empower you, where mutual respect lays the foundation for a meaningful and lasting connection. Abuse in any form, physical, emotional, or verbal, is a devastating violation of trust and safety in a relationship. It strikes at the very core of your being, leaving scars that are often invisible but profoundly impactful. Abuse is not just an isolated act of harm, it is a systematic tearing down of a person's dignity, self-worth, and emotional stability. No matter how much love you may feel for someone, no excuse, apology, or promise can ever make abuse acceptable. Tolerating it not only endangers your well-being, but also becomes a betrayal of your own value and self-respect. Physical abuse is perhaps the most visible form of harm, yet its effects go far beyond bruises and broken bones. It creates a climate of fear where the victim feels unsafe, even in their most intimate and personal spaces. Physical violence is a direct assault on a person's body, but the emotional damage it causes can linger far longer than the physical injuries. The fear, shame, and humiliation that accompany physical abuse often leave individuals feeling trapped, as though there is no way out. No relationship is worth sacrificing your physical safety or enduring the trauma that comes with such violence. Emotional abuse, though less visible, can be equally, if not more, damaging. It is the slow erosion of a person's confidence and self-worth through manipulation, criticism, and control. Emotional abusers use tactics like gaslighting, constant belittling, and isolating their partner from friends and family to maintain power and control. Over time, the victim begins to question their own reality, doubting their perceptions and instincts. Emotional abuse creates a toxic environment where love is replaced with fear and anxiety. It diminishes a person's ability to thrive, robbing them of their sense of identity and independence. Verbal abuse is another insidious form of harm that often gets overlooked. Words have immense power. They can heal or they can destroy. Verbal abuse involves a barrage of insults, threats, and demeaning language meant to undermine the victim's sense of self. Being repeatedly subjected to verbal attacks creates a narrative in the victim's mind that they are unworthy or inadequate. This kind of abuse chips away at self-esteem and leaves deep emotional wounds that take a long time to heal. Love should never come with words that scar the soul or make someone feel small and insignificant. What makes abuse particularly harmful is the cycle it often creates. An abuser may apologize, promise to change, or even express remorse after an episode of abuse, creating a false sense of hope for the victim. This period of apparent kindness, known as the honeymoon phase, can be deeply misleading, making it harder for the victim to leave. However, the cycle inevitably repeats itself, with the abusive behavior resurfacing, often worse than before. Believing that an abuser will truly change after causing such harm is a dangerous gamble, one that puts your safety and emotional health at continued risk. Choosing to give an abuser a second chance is not an act of love or forgiveness, it is an act of self-betrayal. It sends a message that their behavior is tolerable, that you are willing to endure further harm in the name of preserving the relationship. This mindset can keep you locked in a toxic dynamic where your needs, boundaries, and well-being are constantly compromised. Abuse is not a mistake, it is a deliberate act of harm, and no amount of justification or regret can erase its impact. It is crucial to recognize that abuse is never the fault of the victim. No matter what the abuser may claim, their actions are a reflection of their own issues and choices, not of your worth or actions. You deserve to be in a relationship where you are treated with kindness, respect, and care, where love uplifts and supports you rather than tearing you down. Leaving an abusive relationship can be incredibly difficult, especially when emotions, shared history, or fear of the unknown are involved. However, staying in such a relationship is far more damaging in the long run. Walking away is not a sign of weakness, it is an act of courage and self-love. It is a declaration that you value your safety, your dignity, and your right to live free from harm. By refusing to give a second chance to an abuser, you are taking a stand for yourself and breaking the cycle of abuse. You are reclaiming your power and opening the door to a future where you can heal, grow, and find relationships that are rooted in mutual respect and genuine care. Life is too precious to spend in the shadow of abuse. You deserve better. And the first step toward that better future is to say no to abuse in any form once and for all. You said neglect or indifference in a relationship is one of the most painful experiences a person can endure. It's not always about what is said or done, it's often about what isn't. The absence of care, attention, and effort speaks volumes. When someone consistently disregards your needs, dismisses your feelings, or shows no interest in your dreams and aspirations, they are sending a clear message you don't matter to them as much as they matter to you. This imbalance is not only disheartening but also damaging to the foundation of any healthy relationship. Relationships thrive on mutual effort. They require a constant exchange of care, support, and understanding to remain strong. When one partner is indifferent, it creates a void that the other person often tries to fill, usually at their own expense. This dynamic can leave the neglected partner feeling isolated and unappreciated. Over time, the lack of effort from one side can erode the other's sense of self-worth and belonging, creating a toxic cycle of disappointment and frustration. Neglect is not always loud. It doesn't always come with fights or dramatic outbursts. Sometimes it's the quiet absence of acknowledgement, a partner who forgets important dates, fails to notice your achievements, or brushes off your attempts to connect. It's in the little things they don't do, the moments when their apathy leaves you questioning whether they truly care. This subtle form of emotional withdrawal can be just as hurtful as outright conflict, if not more so, because it often leaves you feeling invisible. Indifference also manifests in a lack of emotional presence. A partner who is physically present but emotionally unavailable creates an environment where you feel alone, even when they're right beside you. This kind of neglect often leads to feelings of abandonment, as though you're navigating the relationship on your own. A partner who is uninterested in your emotions or dismissive of your concerns is essentially saying that your inner world holds no significance to them. This disregard can be deeply invalidating, leaving you yearning for a connection that seems out of reach. Dreams and aspirations are a vital part of who we are. When a partner shows no interest in supporting or even acknowledging your goals, it can feel like a betrayal of the bond you share. A loving relationship should be a space where both individuals inspire and uplift each other, where dreams are nurtured and celebrated. When indifference takes hold, it robs the relationship of this essential dynamic, leaving you to pursue your ambitions without the encouragement and partnership you deserve. One of the most insidious aspects of neglect or indifference is its tendency to make you question yourself. You may start to wonder if you're asking for too much, if your expectations are unreasonable, or if there's something wrong with you for wanting more. This self-doubt can be paralyzing, preventing you from recognizing that the real issue lies not within you, but within the imbalance in the relationship. Accepting neglect as normal or tolerating indifference can lead to a pattern of settling for less than you deserve, both in this relationship and in future ones. Offering a second chance to someone who has consistently neglected you is often a futile gesture. Change requires awareness and a genuine desire to grow, and indifference is rarely accompanied by these qualities. If your partner has shown you through their actions or lack thereof that you are not a priority, there is little reason to believe that another chance will alter their perspective. A second chance may temporarily bring more attention or effort, but without a fundamental shift in their attitude, the cycle of neglect is likely to repeat itself. Choosing to leave a relationship marked by neglect or indifference is not an easy decision, especially if there are shared memories or deep emotional ties. However, staying in such a dynamic ultimately does more harm than good. By remaining, you risk losing sight of your own value and settling for a relationship that doesn't fulfill or respect you. Walking away is an act of self-respect, a declaration that you will not accept being treated as an afterthought. You deserve a relationship where your needs, feelings, and dreams are not just acknowledged but celebrated. A partner who truly cares will make the effort to understand and support you, even when it's inconvenient or challenging. They will show through their actions that you matter, that your happiness and well-being are important to them. Life is too short to spend with someone who makes you feel invisible. By letting go of neglect or indifference, you make room for the kind of love and connection that truly enriches your life. Manipulation and control are the antithesis of love. They strip away the freedom and authenticity that are essential for a healthy relationship, replacing them with coercion and dominance. When a partner manipulates you or tries to control your life, they are not expressing love, they are exploiting your trust and using you for their own gain. True love fosters growth, independence, and mutual respect. It does not seek to impose chains or stifle individuality. Accepting manipulation or control is not only detrimental to your well-being, but also a betrayal of your own sense of self. Manipulation often begins subtly, making it difficult to recognize at first. A manipulative partner may use guilt, fear, or emotional blackmail to get their way. They may present their demands as being in your best interest or claim that their actions are motivated by love. Over time, this behavior erodes your ability to make decisions freely, as you begin to second-guess yourself or prioritize their needs over your own. Manipulation is a calculated betrayal of trust, as it exploits your emotions to serve the manipulator's agenda. Control is another form of manipulation, often disguised as care or concern. A controlling partner may dictate who you can see, what you can do, or even how you should think. They may use jealousy or possessiveness to justify their actions, framing it as a sign of how much they care. However, control is not about love, it is about power. A partner who tries to control you is not respecting your autonomy or individuality. They are prioritizing their own insecurities and desires over your freedom. One of the most damaging aspects of manipulation and control is the way they undermine your sense of self. A manipulative or controlling partner often seeks to isolate you from friends, family, or other sources of support, making you increasingly dependent on them. They may belittle your opinions, dismiss your feelings, or make you feel as though you cannot trust your own judgment. This gradual erosion of confidence and independence can leave you feeling trapped, as though you have no choice but to comply with their demands. Manipulation and control are fundamentally about dominance. They create an imbalance in the relationship, where one partner holds power over the other. This dynamic is not only unhealthy but also unsustainable, as it breeds resentment, frustration, and emotional pain. A relationship built on manipulation and control is not a partnership, it is a hierarchy, where one person's desires consistently overshadow the other's needs and happiness. When someone tries to control who you are, they are rejecting the very essence of your being. They are not loving you for who you are, they are attempting to mold you into who they want you to be. This is a profound violation of the principles of love and respect, which should celebrate individuality and encourage mutual growth. A partner who seeks to manipulate or control you is not supporting your journey, they are steering it for their own benefit. Giving a second chance to someone who has manipulated or controlled you is not an act of kindness, it is an invitation for them to tighten their grip. Manipulative and controlling behaviors are deeply ingrained patterns that rarely change without significant self-awareness and effort on the part of the manipulator. By tolerating these behaviors, you are essentially enabling them, allowing the cycle of control to continue. The more chances you give, the more power they believe they have over you. It is important to understand that manipulation and control are not mistakes or misunderstandings, they are deliberate choices. A partner who truly loves and respects you will never feel the need to manipulate or control you. Instead, they will value your independence, honor your boundaries, and support your decisions. Love should be a source of empowerment, not a tool for domination. Leaving a manipulative or controlling relationship is not easy, especially if you have been subjected to these behaviors for a long time. The emotional bonds combined with the erosion of self-confidence can make it difficult to see a way out. However, staying in such a relationship only perpetuates the harm and prevents you from living authentically. Walking away is an act of courage and self-respect, a declaration that you refuse to be anyone's pawn or possession. By choosing to free yourself from manipulation and control, you reclaim your autonomy and open the door to a healthier, more fulfilling future. You deserve a relationship where love uplifts you, where your partner celebrates your individuality and respects your choices. True love does not come with chains, it comes with wings, allowing both individuals to grow and thrive together. Life is too precious to spend in the shadow of manipulation and control. Take the first step toward freedom by saying no to those who seek to bind you, and yes to the love and respect you truly deserve. Promises are the threads that weave trust into the fabric of a relationship. They represent commitments, big or small, that show your partner you value them and honor your word. When a promise is made, it carries the weight of intention, signaling that you care enough to uphold it. However, when promises are repeatedly broken, the damage goes far beyond the act itself. It erodes trust, creates emotional turmoil, and undermines the foundation of the relationship. A pattern of broken promises is not merely a series of mistakes, it's a habit that reveals a deeper lack of respect and consideration. Breaking a promise once can be an accident, something that happens due to unforeseen circumstances or human error. Everyone has moments where life gets in the way, and a genuine apology paired with corrective action can often mend the situation. However, when someone breaks their promises repeatedly, it becomes clear that they are not prioritizing their words or their partner. Instead of being an occasional lapse, it turns into a recurring behavior that chips away at the trust necessary for a healthy relationship. Trust is the cornerstone of every meaningful connection. It allows partners to feel safe, secure, and confident in one another. Repeatedly breaking promises weakens this trust, creating an environment where doubt and insecurity thrive. Each unfulfilled commitment, no matter how small, sends a message that your partner's feelings or expectations are not important enough to honor. Over time, this behavior causes a rift, leaving the hurt partner feeling disrespected and undervalued. The emotional impact of broken promises is profound. When someone says they will do something and consistently fails to follow through, it creates a sense of disappointment and betrayal. The person on the receiving end may feel foolish for believing in those promises, leading to self-doubt and frustration. It's not just about the missed actions, it's about the message those actions or lack thereof send. Broken promises tell you that your partner's words cannot be trusted, and this realization can be deeply painful. One of the most damaging aspects of habitual broken promises is the cycle it creates. The person breaking promises may offer excuses, apologies, or reassurances, promising to do better next time. These words may temporarily restore hope, making the hurt partner believe that things will change. But when the promises are broken yet again, the cycle repeats, often with greater emotional toll. This pattern is not just exhausting, it is emotionally draining, as it forces the hurt partner to constantly adjust their expectations downward. A relationship built on empty words is destined to falter. Promises are not just words, they are commitments that require action to validate them. When actions consistently fail to align with words, the relationship becomes unbalanced. The person who is breaking promises may not even realize the extent of the damage they are causing, but their behavior speaks louder than any apology ever could. Over time, the repeated failure to follow through creates a disconnect, leaving both partners feeling distant and unfulfilled. Offering a second chance to someone who repeatedly breaks promises is a delicate decision. While forgiveness can be an admirable quality, it must be balanced with self-respect and discernment. When broken promises become a habit, it's a sign that the person either does not value the relationship enough to change or lacks the ability to keep their word. Giving them another chance often leads to more of the same, perpetuating the cycle of disappointment and hurt. Without genuine effort and accountability on their part, no amount of second chances will create meaningful change. Walking away from a relationship where promises are routinely broken is not about giving up, it's about recognizing your worth. It's an acknowledgement that you deserve a partner whose actions align with their words, someone who values your trust and understands the weight of their commitments. Staying in a relationship filled with broken promises not only undermines your sense of security, but also prevents you from finding a partnership where trust and reliability are prioritized. It's important to remember that a promise is a bond, a statement of intent that requires follow-through to have meaning. When promises are honored, they strengthen the relationship, building a foundation of trust and mutual respect. When they are broken repeatedly, they weaken that foundation, creating cracks that can eventually lead to collapse. Life is too short to spend with someone whose words cannot be trusted. By choosing to walk away from a pattern of broken promises, you are choosing to value yourself and your future. You are making room for relationships where trust, honesty, and accountability are not optional, they are fundamental. A relationship should be a partnership where both individuals feel secure, supported, and valued. Broken promises lead to broken hearts, and no relationship can thrive on a foundation of empty words. Trust in actions, not just words, and never settle for less than you deserve, ladies and gentlemen. A second chance is a gift, but it's a gift you must give wisely. Love yourself enough to walk away when someone shows you they don't deserve your trust, respect, or loyalty. Remember, life is too short to waste on those who don't value you. Protect your peace, guard your heart, and always choose relationships that inspire you to grow and thrive. Thank you.